Hello everyone, Dr. Joanne Tully with Holistic Wellness Center here. Today I'm going to guide you through a meditation and we'll be going over some subconscious beliefs in this particular meditation. So go ahead and get nice and comfortable and let's get started. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and close my eyes. I'll open them to kind of review some notes and everything, but go ahead and close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out. Start to get nice and relaxed. Relaxing a little bit more with each out breath. And relax your eyes, relax your forehead, relax your mouth and jaw. Relax your neck and shoulders, letting go of any tension that you might be holding on to, just letting it melt away. And relaxing your arms and your hands. Relaxing your heart, your chest, your stomach. Relaxing all of your back, your upper back, your mid back, your lower back, your hips. Again, letting go of any tension that you might be holding on to, just relaxing, letting go, and relaxing a little bit more. And relaxing your thighs, your lower legs, and your feet. And taking a couple more deep breaths in and out and relaxing a little bit more with each out breath. And if you've been working with me, we've been talking about making choices of who to follow, God or your ego. Anytime you're feeling peaceful, blissful, joyful, you know you're following God. Anytime you're lost your peace, then you're following ego. So making that choice to follow God, but knowing that sometimes our ego has a little resistance that we're not really aware of. So think of yourself sitting in a car, the car's in neutral, and you're making a choice. Who am I going to follow? I can put the car in reverse and follow ego and go backwards, or I can put the car in drive, following God and moving forwards. So of course we want to choose God, putting the car in drive, trying our best to follow God, but we might be a little bit fearful still. So we might have that parking brake on. That would be our resistance. Still holding on to some fears, maybe some guilt, whatever it is, but our resistance is like putting the parking brake on. But we're still in drive. We've still got the car moving forward. We're trying to follow God, but we're wearing down our engine. We're revving the engine. We're making our car tired, making it run like it's not supposed to be. So we've got a lot of resistance there. So see if you can't just recognize any resistance that you might be holding on to. See if you can't let that parking brake down, even just a little bit. Maybe you're fearful that God will go too fast. But knowing that God will be, when you follow God, it will feel like a gentle, flowing movement. God will part the way. There'll be no traffic. It'll just be a nice, easy ride. So see if you can't let down that parking brake just a little bit. Taking a few more deep breaths, relaxing just a little bit more with each out breath. Just surrendering a little bit more. Letting go of that parking brake. Really relaxing and allowing yourself to trust in God. And then focus your attention on the area of your heart. And I want you to allow yourself to ask God to show you what it feels like and teach you how to feel your inner perfection and innocence that's always been there. Knowing that God never makes mistakes, so you have been a whole, perfect, innocent spirit that's been living eternally all this time. But this feeling kind of gets buried underneath our ego. So letting the ego down, letting it go, surrendering it to God, letting that parking brake down just a little bit more, and allowing yourself to let God come in and show you and teach you what it feels like to really feel your inner perfection and innocence that's always been there. And along with that, seeing if you can feel God's unconditional love, allowing that in, and then expanding these feelings out throughout your whole body. These feelings of inner perfection and innocence, unconditional love, expanding them throughout your whole body. And then see if you can't expand these feelings out even further, past your body, into your energetic fields. Might be like a bright light that you're visualizing expanding out. Maybe it's a burning flame that's growing bigger, maybe a bubble that's growing larger. Whatever you need to visualize to just start to feel God's love, God's unconditional love. Feel how very perfect and innocent and whole you are. And again, letting go of that parking brake just a little bit more. Letting go of that resistance. Allowing yourself, just for a little bit here, to trust in God even more. Just surrendering your resistance, letting go. And then allowing yourself to ask God to show you and teach you what it feels like to love yourself. What would that feel like if you could feel love for yourself? Letting go of any hatred, any self-hatred, letting that go, surrendering that, giving that to God. But what would it feel like if you could truly love yourself, knowing that God makes no mistakes? God is just unconditional love. God has always loved us and still does. And can you allow yourself to love yourself? And along with that, asking God to show you and teach you what it feels like to feel that you are loved by others. Knowing that we are all connected to God. God loves us unconditionally. And knowing that we are loved by others as well. Sometimes their egos might not show it, but that's just a cry for love. But knowing that deep down others love us as well, and allowing yourself to feel that love. Even if you're in conflict with someone, deep down inside, they too are a child of God. They are full of unconditional love. It might be hidden, but it's there if you can look for it. Letting down your resistance and actually feeling love from these other people. And just allowing that love to just fill you up. It's all unconditional love from God. We are all one. And then asking God to show you and teach you what it feels like to know that you do your best and that your best is good enough. Remembering again that you are perfect and innocent in every way, and God never makes mistakes. So at every point in your life, you are always doing your best, and your best is good enough. Letting go of your ego belief that you're not enough, that you're never doing enough, that you need to go, go, go. Just letting that go. That only harms you. So letting that resistance fade away, letting go of that parking brake a little bit more, and just really allowing yourself to feel this in your heart, that you do your best and your best is good enough. When you're following God, you're always doing God's will, which is your will. And then asking God to show you and teach you what it feels like to know that you are worthy to receive God's best for you. Knowing how perfect and innocent you are in every way. Again, God makes no mistakes. Feel how worthy that feels to be a child of God, to be truly loved unconditionally by God. Feeling very worthy. Allow yourself to feel how worthy that feels. Feeling very worthy to receive God's best for me. And at the same time, being open and willing to receive God's best for me. Letting down that resistance, surrendering any resistance to God, letting down on that parking brake just a little bit more. Just relaxing a little bit more in your trust and your love for God, and being open and willing to receive God's best for you. And then I want you to ask God to show you and teach you what it would feel like to deserve to be healthy and well. Again, knowing that we're perfect and innocent in every way. God makes no mistakes. Feeling very worthy. Feeling God's unconditional love. And knowing that we deserve to be healthy and well. We might have got messed up along the way with some fears and anger and guilt. We might have made our bodies sick with some ego projections. But we can change all that. We can decide differently. We can let that parking brake go even more. We can let go, handing that over to God and feeling in our core, feeling in our heart that we deserve to be healthy and well. And allowing yourself to love your body. What would that feel like if you could allow yourself to love your body? Asking God to show you and teach you what it feels like to love your body. Knowing that your body is neutral and it will give you symptoms when something is off within your thoughts or your perceptions. So how great is that? Your body is a communication tool. It's been trying to talk to you. And now you're starting to listen, starting to be aware. And again, knowing that God makes no mistakes and that you are perfect and innocent in every way, feeling very worthy of God, feeling very loved by God. And can you allow yourself to love your body? Love your body for all of the communication that it provides. Being very gentle with yourself. What would that feel like if you could really love your body? And allowing yourself to ask God to show you and teach you what it feels like to deserve to be happy, knowing that God wants us all to be joyful, and that when we are one with God, we are peaceful and calm and joyful and blissed out. Really knowing that we deserve to be happy. You might not be happy right now, but allowing yourself to catch a glimpse, knowing that you deserve to be happy. What would that feel like? Asking God to show you and teach you what it feels like to know that you deserve to be happy. Opening up that space in your heart, knowing that that's what you deserve. Letting go of the ego resistance, letting that parking brake go just a little bit more, trusting in God. And what would it feel like if you could open up your heart and allow God to show you and teach you what it would feel like to know that you deserve to be successful in however you define successful. Just being one with God, feeling love, extending love out to others, and that everything that you touch is just filled with love and promise and joy and peace. Knowing that you deserve to be successful in whatever your definition of that is, but letting go of ego attachments that might make you feel bad or guilty, letting that stuff go, feeling very successful in undoing the ego, and getting back in touch with your inner guidance system and your intuition. Allowing yourself to feel like you deserve to be successful. And opening yourself up and allowing God to show you and teach you what it feels like to know how intelligent and powerful you are. Knowing that your thoughts are so very powerful. They are of God. And knowing if you're following and trusting in God, you are very intelligent and powerful. Letting go of ego resistance, knowing that the ego will trip you up, making you do things that make you feel bad. So just letting that go, letting that resistance fall away, letting down of that parking brake. Just feeling very intelligent and powerful when you are allowing yourself to be led by God. And what would it feel like if you knew and really believed that you can control your beliefs? You can control your thoughts. You can change your thoughts and perceptions with God's help. Really allowing yourself to know this deep within your unconscious mind. Knowing that you control your beliefs, your thoughts, your perceptions. And when you're following God, you're allowing these things to be corrected if they need to be corrected, changed if they need to be changed, so that you're always in your right mind while you're following God. Always asking God to change your thoughts, correct your thoughts, which is just accepting your atonement, correcting the mistakes. And knowing that your beliefs control your body and cells. And knowing if you allow yourself to feel very joyful and peaceful, blissed out, knowing that pain leaves your body and time just seems to stand still. So knowing that your beliefs and your thoughts control your body and cells. What are you going to create? You're going to let go of the ego stuff, knowing that ego just wants you to feel miserable. It wants you to suffer and feel pain. And that doesn't feel good. That only hurts you. So letting that go, letting that melt away, deciding that that's not what you value, letting go of that resistance, letting down on that parking brake even a little bit more, and just relaxing into this, knowing that your beliefs and thoughts control your body and cells. And knowing if you can feel perfect and innocent in every way and peaceful and joyful, your body will respond. And open yourself up and allow God to show you and teach you what it feels like to trust yourself, trust in God, and trust in your environment, which is basically just trusting God. Allowing yourself to trust God completely, knowing that you will be led, you will be guided. Know that you will be so in touch with your intuition, your inner guidance system, your inner truth, your inner knowing. You'll know if something feels icky, it's just not right for you. And if it feels wonderful and peaceful, it is right for you. Knowing that everything that is love is truth. Everything that is not love is not truth. So allowing yourself to let go of your resistance, Let that parking brake down just a little bit more and really trusting in God so that then you can trust yourself and your environment around you. And allowing yourself to feel very responsible for yourself, knowing that only you can work on your thoughts and perceptions with God's help. You can't work on other people. You can't change other people's thoughts. You can only change your own thoughts and perceptions with God's help. So being very responsible and accountable just for yourself. Allowing yourself to stop blaming others. Stop feeling like a victim. That's just ego stuff. Just deciding that you value God more and you want to follow God more, and letting go of your resistance, letting down on that parking brake a little bit more. Relaxing into just knowing that you have a choice and that you feel very responsible and accountable, and choosing to follow God. And what would it feel like if you could allow yourself to feel very hopeful and optimistic, knowing that God is taking care of you and guiding you? You're letting go of the ego. Your body is sending you messages when there's something new to be healed. Feeling very hopeful and optimistic. Feeling that those senses of peace and joy, knowing that you'll feel that more and more. And what would that feel like if you could allow yourself to feel very hopeful and optimistic, just relaxing and trusting in God? And what would it feel like if you could allow yourself to feel safe? Feeling very safe, knowing that when you are completely trusting in God, you are completely safe. Knowing that ego will have you feeling fears about various things, but knowing that the ego just makes those fears up and just setting those aside, surrendering them to God, letting down on that parking brake just a little bit more, trusting in God, feeling very safe when you're in this space with God. And opening your heart and allowing yourself to ask God to show you what it feels like and teach you how to feel forgiveness for yourself. What would that feel like if you could completely forgive yourself? Knowing that you've always been perfect and innocent in every way. Again, knowing that God makes no mistakes. You've always been a whole, perfect, innocent spirit. Perfect and innocent in every way. You've never done anything wrong. You might have made some mistakes with your thinking and your perceptions, which was just stuff that was made up by the ego, but just letting that go, like that was a bad dream or a bad movie. It's done and over with, and it never happened. Just letting that go. Allowing yourself to forgive yourself completely, like it never happened. Accepting the atonement from God. Knowing that your true, authentic self is pure, whole, innocent spirit, perfect in every way. You haven't done anything wrong. Allowing your thoughts and perceptions to be corrected by the Holy Spirit. And truly forgiving yourself like Jesus taught. And along with that, searching your unconscious mind. Are there other people and situations that you need to forgive at this time? And what would that feel like if you could let that go? Practicing true forgiveness like Jesus taught. knowing that we are all perfect and innocent in every way. We are all children of God, heading back home, wanting to be one with God, knowing that we never really left, but we got buried with ego stuff along the way. And sometimes other people's egos were talking to our egos, and feelings got hurt. And when we look out into our world, sometimes there's death and destruction, and we don't understand that. But just knowing that that's not our true self, that's ego stuff that's made up. Knowing that our true authentic self, we're children of God, we're whole spirits, perfect and innocent in every way, and that this part of ourselves has never done anything wrong. So allowing yourself to forgive others, forgive situations, seeing other people's true authentic self, seeing the God in them, and forgiving what never happened, forgiving the ego stuff, which again was just made up. Think of it as a bad movie, a bad dream you're waking up from. It never happened. You can let it go. Holding on to this energy only harms you. So just letting it go, relaxing into that, surrendering and giving these things back to God. Letting go of that parking brake even more. And just really fully trusting in God. Maybe it might feel like you're floating down a lazy river where God is just taking care of everything. It's nice and easy and relaxed. You know what you need to do. You're feeling very, very loved. You're feeling very powerful and peaceful and calm and very safe. Feeling very connected to God, which is your intuition or your inner guidance, your inner truth, your inner knowing. Feeling very connected to this. And letting this guide you throughout your day. Feel free to just sit here in a blissed out state for as long as you would like. Thank you for sharing this with me, and have a wonderful day.